believe that the President of these United States can be indicted for criminal offenses.
No one is above the law, including this illegitimate president.
Oh, we're going to definitely sue him. We're going to be a real pain in the He's got to know my name personally.
President Trump cannot avoid justice in the great state of New York.
The President of these United States is not above the law.
Yeah, we get it. Here with me, Mike Davis, founder and CEO of the Article 3 Project, Jonathan Fahey, former federal prosecutor. He was also assistant U.S. attorney in the Eastern District of Virginia where these charges were filed. Both you gentlemen worked together. You were a junior lawyer back then, Mike, and you were like 5 minutes ago, and you were his basic boss, which is so cool. I can't believe that. Anyway, Democrats are saying, Jonathan, this is a minor issue. It's a fishing expedition on Tish, political payback. But is she in trouble?
By reading this indictment, I really think so, because it said specifically she signed something saying this would not be used for a rental property or anything else. It would be used by her. And in fact, she rented it out. And the worst part about it is she made about $18,000 because of doing so, because she got a lower rate. So this isn't some totally insignificant case. I am interested, all of her statements there, or kind of, all the just nonsense.
Bloviation.
But what is the defense? Is she going to say she actually didn't rent it out, or is she going to say she lived there? She's got a problem here, at least by the face of this indictment.
Mike, a lot of those neighbors didn't seem to see her a lot, it turned out, right? She wasn't in town a lot, maybe. Maybe they just missed her.
Well, because under New York statute, the New York Attorney General has to reside in New York. So I don't know how you can reside in New York and also have this.
Bilocate?
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing to me. Remember, she went after President Trump under a mortgage fraud theory when President Trump paid back sophisticated Wall Street banks on time as agreed in full with interest. And Tish James waged her lawfare and tried to bankrupt him.
How many segments do you think we all did on just the hunting of Donald Trump? I mean, I don't even, countless segments. So she weaponized the New York legal system against him. Seems, if it's true, seems cut and dry case. Obviously, she's innocent until proven guilty. So I don't know what she's really crying about here. But I want to go to a ruling that just was handed down in Illinois. A Biden appointee, April Perry, issued a partial temporary restraining order, a TRO, on the National Guard being deployed to Chicago. We're still waiting to find out which portions of the state's request were denied and when the TRO will take effect. But 200 Texas National Guard troops are already on the ground there, Jonathan. So what happens next?
Trump administration is going to appeal this, and they're going to win. And here's why. Because
on the Seventh Circuit, or are they going to win at the Supreme Court?
I think they'll win at the Seventh Circuit or the Supreme Court.
Really?
Because a couple of reasons. The judge is basing this ruling on what the people in Chicago are saying. These are the same people that are using their authority, both Pritzker and Johnson, to stop the enforcement of federal law. So they're going to rely on their judgment. And Pritzker doing it, saying, these are my people, you can't go through me. And I don't think he means literally. I think he means with his authority.
You need a backhoe.
Yeah, exactly. And then Brandon Johnson has an executive order that's not only unconstitutional, it's illegal, meaning anyone following it would be violating federal law. So they're taking their word for what's going on the street. President Trump has every right, and not only a right, a responsibility to enforce immigration law, and they're not letting them do it. They're trying to prevent it.
Mike, this is being challenged in Portland and obviously now in Chicago. Is the president on strong legal ground here?
Very strong. He has power as the chief executive officer and the commander-in-chief under Article 2 of our Constitution. He also has federal statutory duty to protect federal law enforcement.
It's going to get worse unless this is handled, correct? I mean, it seems like this is going to grow. This is virus of Antifa-like or Antifa protest, anti-ICE protests, and people are, I fear people are going to die in these protests if it keeps going.
Yeah, exactly. People are going to die. And the worst thing about it is we have politicians like Pritzker who's putting his presidential ambitions ahead of public safety of his citizens. Shameful.
Mike and Jonathan, the dream team here, thank you both very much.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.